Creativity is just this really juicy energy that is, I think, available to everyone and can be applied to anything, and it's just something you have to let in. And it's just this really delicious vehicle for really important play that I think is part of what makes us human and keeps us healthy as humans. My name is Candace O Bell, and I'm a visual artist. There wasn't a eureka moment for me when I decided to start making art or realized it's something I really wanted to do. I just always did it, and it was just my preferred form of play, and I never stopped to think whether I should pursue it or not. I just did. Like there almost wasn't a choice. My first solo show, I was 19, and I realized that I was really lucky to again have had that opportunity so young. There was this cottage that one of my professors had a connection to, and this cottage was used as a sort of casual gallery, and so we had the opportunity to rent it as students for a pretty good price. So that was very exciting to have this building as one very large room that you just get to fill yourself. It was so lovely seeing all the people who would come in to support me. It was not local, it was a ways away, and so everyone who wanted to see it, who I knew, had to make a trek to go there, and so to see friends and family show up, it was really heartwarming, and yeah, I felt really grateful for the support and for the experience. I work in two-dimensional mixed media, so I like drawing best. And then watercolor to me is almost more of an extension of drawing than painting in my mind. So I like using watercolor with pencil crayons and charcoal and pastels and all that kind of stuff. But I like the versatility of it, or the openness that you can play and incorporate all these things. I'm a big fan of texture, and to me the denim canvases are more utilitarian than anything. I really abhor waste, and I like to repurpose things as much as I can and try to minimize my footprint. I like to let some of the seams show and then hide others so it's kind of uneven, and just let the texture reveal itself and be its own pretty thing that I can work around. It's kind of fun to have obstacles to work with too, because if things are just open, most people get overwhelmed with choices. And a blank canvas can be terrifying, even for me after doing this for over 30 years. So I like having this kind of challenge. Okay, there's a seam going through right here, and I let all this stuff fray, and there's a patch over here from, this is a knee, and I have to make the image work within that. And those restrictions can inspire more creativity sometimes. So as I evolve and I'm willing to get more vulnerable and honest with myself, and then let other people see that, the art gets more personal. I did a series that I called Billions Pass Through This Landscape, where it was these anthropomorphic characters, so human bodies and non-human heads. In a way, it was a big elaborate self-portrait, but it's a portrait of every human being, just the idea that there's this big life cycle and we evolve emotionally as we go through life. And so again, I used animals as symbols for all these different stages without trying to dictate what they mean, because you'll have your own version of what that means. You'll relate to some animals more than others. So leading up to that, I'd been doing more personal work that I started to feel not necessarily scared to show people, but it was a little uncomfortable, and selling it was weird. So I did this series, and it was a way for me to go through these same ideas that I was a little bit stepped back from, and it was easier to show it and to sell it. And I guess I'm at a point where I'm at the next level of making more personal stuff again, and it feels more okay to be vulnerable. I mean, it never ceases to be really raw and exposing, but it's more okay now. I'm more comfortable with it. I try to remind myself that I have permission to play. It can be very easy to get into this mindset of, you've got a show coming up, make nice things, make something sellable. Yeah, you can't think in terms of what other people would like. You have to give yourself a bubble in which it's okay to make things that don't turn out. That the goal isn't to make something pretty, the goal is just to express and play and create and experiment, and the end product is irrelevant. Sometimes it matters, but sometimes you have to let it not matter. So this is from Jenny Nicholas, who's a pretty cool lady. I read something she wrote, and this was the sentence that really stuck with me. She said, "May I remember that every gift I have been granted was given to me to be used for our collective liberation." So we're up to what, like 7 billion humans on this planet now, something crazy like that. And we have so much more in common than I think we like to think. I mean, wars are fought over our differences, which is really heartbreaking, but everyone has such a unique voice. And can you imagine if every person on the planet honored what their unique gifts were and used them and shared them? It would be a completely different world. Yeah, everyone has so much magic in them, and I would love to see more people share it. So I'm trying to do my part by being brave and putting stuff out there a little more and encouraging other people to shine as brightly as they can. Yeah.